Do you want to know what we talk about when there's no news going on?
Let us tell you. Welcome to the Nerd News Podcast, starring Tyson Cox and Tyler Waltz. Welcome to Nerd News, everybody, where each week we go through all the nerdiest of news and report back to you. I am your host, Tyson Cox, and with me, as always, is
Tyler Waltz.
All right, this week, not a lot going on, but we got some things to talk about, like Kadabra is back, like magic, baby.
Yeah, no, this was kind of a funny one because I wonder how many people this was still a thing for, because it's been so long. Like, it's literally like 1997 or 98. Some phony got mad and we couldn't have a Pokemon card.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, well, I mean, we neither one of us played the trading card game.
Yeah.
So it didn't really affect us,
But it didn't. What about in-game?
What do you mean?
Could you have, were there Kadabras?
Oh, yeah. They were in the games. It was just the card.
Okay.
The card featured a bent spoon, and this guy was like, I'm clearly the only person that's ever done this.
Yeah.
And filed a lawsuit against Pokemon for, like, stealing his
IP.
Yeah, and then they were like, fine, we just won't print it.
Yeah.
So there were Abra.
So for those of you who might not know, there's a guy named Uri Geller who back in the day appeared on a lot of late night shows as like a
mystic.
A mystic. He would bend spoons, bend keys with his mind. And then there's this guy named Amazing Randy who basically followed him around like he was the next week guest and was like, no, I can do it too.
Yeah, which was great.
Which is a very fun like rivalry to watch.
Yeah. Which
could also be like, I don't know, maybe Uri Geller was a real mentalist who has these.
Not. No.
Let me have a fun goof on this.
No. Get your spoon bending out of here. Get your fancy rocks out of here. Get your bracelets. I don't care. No,
I don't know how they did it.
Drives me crazy.
But no, like what it like. So I'm just in my head. I've made headcanon for this.
Yeah.
It would be a fun thing if like Uri Geller was like the rogue alien on the planet who was like, I can actually bend spoons with my mind. And so to discredit him, they just sent another spoon bending alien to be like, no, I can do it too. And all of us dumb people are like, well, he also could do it. So
see, that's fun and all, but it's not just those two.
No, I know.
They literally ran an entire study where he was like, yeah, here's the thing that drove me the most crazy about that dude is he would be like, I'm going to do it with only my mind. And then he would grab it and twist his thumbs on it. It's like, that's not your brain. Like, what are you doing?
My brain is moving my hand.
Yeah, it's just, and then not only did the Amazing Randy, not only did he do it, but he would put the key or the spoon in somebody else's hand and be like, hey, just do this. And he'd be like, boop, and it happened.
Yeah. Well, we watched a documentary on the Amazing Randy, which was really good. And there was a scene when a couple of the like mentalists were like being studied, and they're like, and I figured out how to do this thing that was in a sealed glass jar, and I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna tell us. And then they just cut to commercial. I was like, what? They didn't tell us at all.
Yeah.
Neither of them did.
Yeah.
Those monsters.
Which was upsetting. But
yeah. And then I'm too lazy to Google how to do it.
Yeah, well, I really liked the premise of that documentary because the whole thing about the Amazing Randy guy was it's okay to deceive people if it's for entertainment or teaching about deception.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's a very important tool, an extremely important tool that, unfortunately, people just can't really see past that initial veil of just the shock of not being able to understand something.
Yeah.
And instead of trying to understand it, they're just like, yeah, it's magic. It's like the people that hold purple rocks and are like, oh, I'm a bad energy. If this bad energy gets back in my body, I'm screwed. This rock is saving all of us right now.
Purple. Yeah. But that's kind of like, so that's good news.
Yeah.
You know, other great news? OGL, baby.
Yeah, that was a big one.
We've been talking about this a lot. If you don't know what's been going on in the OGL, Wizards basically was like, all right, you got us. Yeah. And so they're sticking with the OGL 1.1a, and they're turning 5.1 into Creative Commons, which is not public domain, but it's close.
Yeah, which if you don't know the saga of everything that's happened, Wizards was like, hey, this thing that we make tons of money off of, we don't make enough money because people making stuff for our thing is making more money than we are, so we're going to force you to pay us money, and you can't really do anything with it anymore.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, not as bad, but we have the right to take your stuff away. And then Pathfinder sold a half a year's worth of shit in 2 weeks.
Bro.
Like, fine. We will not do it anymore.
The thing that twisted their arm, and this is how they really goofed up, is they got boycotted. Like, people canceled their subscriptions after a couple. Hell yeah. It works. And because there was a leaked email where it's like, we just see our customers as obstacles to their money. I'm like, that's not a good thing to what evil villain is in charge of that? Who emails that?
Yeah, it's like, also I think we should sell a magic pack for $1,000.
Yeah.
Probably in the same email.
Yeah, that one's
And
harder to
they
boycott.
Can't be used. It's like-
But so that got canceled, and then Pathfinder ended up selling 8 months of stock in 2 weeks.
8 months.
And had to hire more people, while Hasbro has been they just laid off 1,000 people, and it's all on their toy side, but it's still like not good.
Yeah. So Hasbro, is it because we are trending away from the kind of stuff that they produce? Or are they just shitting the bed so much they almost have to buy a new bed?
They're just shit in the bed.
Because I know in our world, it's Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I don't really know what they're doing.
So
I know obviously it's a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's similar crap going on in all their other departments.
So in doing my research, I found out that Wizards was kind of left alone because they were just reporting money.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they're profitable. Okay. Then they found out how much money they were actually like responsible for within the company, and found out they're like, oh, theoretically there's more. And so they just killed the goose to get the egg.
Yeah.
So now I have a theory about what's going to happen is Pathfinder 2E is going to slowly take over as the predominant de facto game. Like D&D 5E is good. It's got the name recognition, but now I think other companies are going to be like, other films are going to go like, hey, let's be squirrely. Let's throw Pathfinder in there. Yeah. And then that's going to start building. So it's going to be a very interesting rivalry.
I hope so. I do genuinely think that this is going to be better overall.
Yeah.
Because the more awareness it brings to other tabletops, the more variety we're going to get.
100%.
And you're going to be able to find a system for you easier.
Yeah. There's the amount of people that joined Pathfinder, like their subreddit like went up tenfold in a week, like some crazy amount. Like it was pretty wild. And then other people are finding out about like the Powered by the Apocalypse games, which is like Monster of the Week, Urban Shadows, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because there is a game system out there for you. If you're like, I want to be a furry, thanks. Hey, shout out to Kevin for that link.
Yeah.
He's like, let's switch our show to this. And we're like,
fun fact, limit 3 per customer. That was weird to me.
was it really?
No.
Oh. But there's a system out there. Like
my favorite thing is their big advertisement was like over 300 species to play. I think they just took a list of animals.
Yeah.
And we're just like, meh. And then just threw that out there.
Which makes me sad because there's more than 300 animals.
Yeah. Yeah. The world is a wild place.
Really?
Like you think about all the stuff that's out there that you can't even imagine. It's for sale on Amazon.
It's true.
Like
my buddy Brian sent me a butt plug taco holder with Jesus crosses. It was a triple whammy.
That's pretty niche.
I was excited because I canceled my commission. I could get it for so much cheaper and quicker.
The taco holder.
Yeah, it was the boop and then 2 arms off.
Yeah,
and it had Jesus is like this, and in front of him it was tacos.
That seems blasphemous.
Ass blasphemous.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is. But what are you gonna do? It was $29.99, free shipping.
Next day,
air, baby.
Mine's blue.
Well, it's stainless steel. You got it.
Ooh,
yeah. Flared base. Naughty Dog is looking in. I was looking into them, and there's a note saying that they're expanding to over 400 employees, which is great.
Cool.
They're expanding, which is good. Which probably means they got something big in the works.
Yeah.
They're also noting that they're probably going to be leaving Last of Us behind.
Yep.
Which I read it as not necessarily making anything new. They're going to stop making remakes and focus in what I'm hoping for is focus on the next chapter of Naughty Dog.
Okay.
Because they've done really well with growing. It's like they started when I was born, And then by the time I got to 10, they're like, we got our first game, and it was Jack and Daxter. I'm like,
Which
perfect,
great.
perfect for a 10-year-old.
Love
You know what I mean?
those games. Jack and Daxter 2 was my shit.
They were so good. Jack and Daxter was phenomenal. Then it was like you get a little bit older. They released, what was it? Nathan Drake.
Yeah, Uncharted.
Uncharted. You're like, oh, these are great for my age.
I've actually never played those.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. It's like
I've heard they're phenomenal.
yeah. Nathan Fillion should have played Nathan Drake, but that's, hey, who am I?
Right.
You know? But, and then you get a little bit older and Last of Us comes out. You're like, oh, we're a little bit older. The game's a little bit more mature, a little gritty. And then I think the next one's just going to be like drinking coffee and looking at a house paid off bill.
Right. Well, isn't Naughty Dog also the Sleeping Dogs? That's a game, right?
Watch Dogs?
Watch Dogs, that's it. Which the first one everybody loved. The second one had some issues, and then nobody likes Legion. Legion apparently was an absolute dumpster fire of a game. Cool premise, though. Really cool premise.
What was it?
So in the Watch Dogs series, you're like a hacker, right?
Yeah.
So you
looks
go
like it's
through-
through Ubisoft.
Oh, Watch Dogs is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a goof. Sorry, Naughty Dog. That's on me.
Yeah, I was like, that didn't sound right. Don't be mean to Naughty Dog.
Address lawsuits to Tyson Cox Comedy at gmail.com.
Please, I need the exposure. Please, for love of God.
But, all right, well, never mind on what I was about to say then. But what other Naughty Dog games are there? There's got to be more, right?
Let me look up real quick.
Yeah.
But I really think that's a really limited number because they just keep releasing good games.
Yeah, I'm curious what their next chapter is going to be after Last of Us, especially with how Last of Us 2 went.
Which you can listen to a previous episode. We talk about that. Crash Team Racing, Jack and Daxter, Crash Bandicoot,
Crash Bandicoot.
Last of Us.
Their flagship is
Keith the Thief.
Okay.
I don't know what that is, but I hope they knew that meant weed.
But no, I completely forgot Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, Rings of Power, Dream Zone, Way of the Warrior. A lot of like pre-2000 stuff are weird.
Okay.
And then it's like Jack and Daxter. Then it really starts to hit their stride, Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that. Uncharted, Last of Us. So I'm excited to see where they do go.
Yeah, for sure. It's weird that Crash Bandicoot and Last of Us are under the same umbrella. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
it's a big jump.
If
It's a big jump.
If you put them together, though, it's like Jack and Daxter, Crash Bandicoot. Okay, that kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go Uncharted.
Last of Us.
What? Last of Us. Hang on. The one with the golf club? You're like, yeah, that one. You're like, okay.
Yeah. The one that completely divided a company's fan base.
I'm excited to see. It was a brave move. I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah, it sounds like nothing.
Yeah, they hired some more people just to be like, I don't know, make them think.
Yeah. So I don't know. Where do you go from here? Because everything that they've been doing has been getting on a more serious note.
Mm-hmm.
But they also still release Crash Bandicoot because the last one came out 2 years ago.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did a re-release of them all.
Excellent title for that new one.
What was it?
It's About Time.
Oh,
And it's a time travel Crash Bandicoot.
Okay.
That was like 15 years after the previous one. So like the name was just layers.
That's pretty good.
But yeah.
Where do they go now? I mean, I'm assuming they're going to get something that is also thought-provoking and medium-paced.
They should go full Fortnite. Just Last of Us Fortnite. And that's it.
I'm trying to think. Are there Fortnite characters, are Last of Us characters in Fortnite?
Probably. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
I would love to play a clicker and just run up on toddlers and just scare the crap out of them.
I was thinking more of like just a Joel or Ellie skin.
Nope, shuts down rumor.
Good for them. Yep. That's nice.
It looked
Although
like it was
you've
gonna be
been playing Fortnite lately.
I have been, and it's the only way I can legally beat children.
Midlife crisis.
Oh God, I hope I'm over by 68. But no, it's been fun. They removed a lot of like the build stuff, and now it's more of just a loot shooter. Simple.
Okay, I thought that was what divided Fortnite was the building stuff.
It was, and then they realized older people hate it.
Yeah, it would, the very few games that I played when it came out, it would annoy me that I would be like, bang, bang, and then just, two gigantic castles just built, and I'm like, I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, they removed that, and I'm like, hey, I can compete again. This is great.
Yeah.
I got like 20 kills and won one today, and I was like, I'm a man.
No.
I was like, this validates who I am.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I've just been playing the hell out of Fire Emblem.
I know.
Just
good.
so much.
Yeah.
But the new Dead Space came out yesterday, I think.
I've heard good things about that.
I have it. I'm going to try it. Macy's not going to like it.
Let me know how the first 10 minutes are before you run out of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we also got, so here's an interesting thing. I was looking up movies that are coming out. They got a movie coming out called Red One. It has an actor that I always want to see, which is J.K. Simmons, an actor I never want to watch, which is The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to see it. So now, like, I'm torn. Do I watch it to support J.K. Simmons? He plays a character named Santa Claus. So.
Do you like him more than you dislike The Rock?
Also has Chris Evans.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see it because it's outweighing The Rock, which is hard.
I'm not dedicated to Chris Evans in any way. I'm not gonna see his name on a movie and see it because of him.
I'm excited to see where he's going with his career because I watched The Gray Man. I watched
that was solid.
Knives Out.
Was a solid movie.
Yeah, it was solid. He's been moving into smarmy bad guys. So I'm curious if he's like the smarmy bad guy of this as well.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Gray Man was good.
Yeah.
Thought he did good in that. Snowpiercer
was good.
Thought he was pretty good. What was that other one you mentioned?
Knives Out.
Knives Out was really good.
Yeah, Knives Out was first one was super good. Yeah. The masturbating Nazi child.
I still haven't seen Glass Onion. It is.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I've heard it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
But I don't know. I fall in that category of like, all these things look neat. I have to pick one.
Yeah. One for the week.
But I can only get like halfway through it.
Yeah. So do you have any actors that you like, oh, I got to see them?
Any actors that I have to see them? It used to be Bruce Willis.
Well, fair enough.
The simple fact of after Die Hard, everything else was so hit or miss that I was like, is this going to be a good one or is this going to be an absolute train wreck?
Gambling Man.
And then it just got kind of sad.
Yeah. And then you find out why and it got very sad.
Very sad. Yeah. But I do have to say, Red is one of my favorite movies. Red's great. Those two movies are incredible.
Yeah.
But
Unbreakable, Glass, and Splinter.
All three of those were okay.
I liked them.
Not Splinter, it was Split. And Bruce Willis wasn't even in that one.
No, you're right.
Yeah. Glass was a weird way to end it.
Wait, Bruce Willis was in it. He was at the very end. Don't you lie to me.
Post-credit scenes don't count. Nobody showed up to that movie hoping to see Bruce Willis.
I did.
Yeah. But I guess they didn't really advertise it as a sequel to Unbreakable. The big
that was
which was neat. That was really cool. But I'm trying to think, are there any other actors?
Are there actors you avidly avoid?
Actors, probably John Cena.
That's fine. Peacemaker was good.
It was fine. It was way overblown for the simple fact that DC made something okay. So it was like, whoa!
Yeah, that's why I liked it. I was like, DC did something different.
Yeah.
I also like James Gunn a lot, so.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think there's any that I actively just refuse to see a movie because they're in it.
Fair enough. Thanks for sticking around. We are back here, and we're going to use this section to kind of give you guys just a kind of heads up on what we've been up to and what has been going on at the Nerd News Network.
Yeah.
Because we have been very, very busy behind the scenes. We are currently, so we had Monster, which was huge hit, sold out.
January 18th. It was amazing.
High point of my life.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
It was awesome.
And it did so well. They picked us up for 3 more shows at the Rabbit. So tickets at this moment are still on sale for February 9th.
There's like 20 tickets left.
Yeah, they're going to be going.
Yeah.
And then we also have March 7th and April 4th, or that's backwards. We're in talks of 2 other places outside of Indianapolis to do that show. So it's been really exciting. We got some other things in the works in that realm as well that are
well, now that we have the first show out of the way, we could probably explain what it is, because it was just, we advertised it as like a D&D style live
sure. Oh yeah.
So what we do for Monster, which is now a monthly show for the foreseeable future, I mean, who knows what's going to happen, Kevin and I, Kevin's been a guest on the show, he and I are investigators in the world in a world that Tyson has created. And we are the Hex Files. We go through and we investigate paranormal, weird, kooky stuff all around the world that is created. And every month we have 2 guests. So if that's something that interests you, follow that, because I mean, we've got some exciting stuff coming up, and they're all connected.
Yep.
So,
And it honestly, that show is some of the most fun I've had on stage in a long time.
yeah, it's pretty crazy when during a performance they have to stop you because audience members keep buying you shots.
Yeah,
I was like, this is insanity.
That was rough. Yeah, so we're going to be keeping an eye on that because I could tell by the end of that one, I was like, I don't know, man, go ahead.
yeah.
But yeah, it's like it's fantasy, but it's like modern fantasy, as in, they're quote unquote, you're basically FBI agents traveling around. There's no cell phones, no cars, no guns, but you guys were on a college campus last time. So.
And it's a lot of fun. And we're working on other style of live shows too. Because if we do keep expanding and reaching out to different locations and doing like a Midwest kind of tour-ish thingy, Lord knows what's going to happen. I mean, we have so many ideas. It's literally just time and money that's holding us back.
So we do appreciate you guys being here on the ground floor, and we are going to be growing and expanding and nurturing every single aspect of this. So it's been a wild ride already, and it looks like it's just going to get bigger and crazier. Like it's a year ago, if you asked me, I would have been like, ha, nah. Now I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing that and more. Look out, we're gonna get you.
Yeah, because I mean, we started 8-ish months ago, roughly, and I mean, it's been pretty exciting. It's hard to believe that this is where we are.
Yeah, it's time. I think when things go well, they move fast.
Yeah.
We have this is our 51st episode. Like that's great. That's a lot of people give up because it's not easy. It's a slow start. You want that serotonin rush.
Yep.
We almost have 50,000 followers on TikTok.
Which to anybody out there that's maybe thinking about starting, just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it. That's what it takes.
Yeah. Persistence and YouTube. There's so much information.
Yeah. I mean, fortune favors the bold, and if you give it a week or two and you're like, I only got 2 or 3 views, keep going. Just keep going, because eventually somebody will like it enough to share it, and then maybe you'll get 1 or 2 more, and then maybe you'll get 1 or 2 more. And that's all it takes. It's just 1 or 2 more every week.
And I just want to say thank you again. You guys have been fantastic. We have a lot of cool shows coming up. Stand up. We're talking to some conventions. There's some festivals that we're probably going to be in for the Monster show. And
but once those are ironed out, we'll give you the details.
Yeah, it's been great. Thank you guys. I think that's kind of it for the slow news week.
I think so. I think this is just kind of a bye week for now to get everything sorted out. We just wanted to give you the update on what was kind of in the news with Naughty Dog and everything like that. But yeah, we'll keep you updated.
Yeah. Shout out to our 2 Patreons, Dyke Michaels and Dustin Burkhart. Pretty easy to keep track of right now.
Yep.
But we do have a lot of things. Find us, tell a friend. We're just a couple of scrappy brats,
There it is.
It's
Bringing
not
it
going
back.
anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to get us shirts made.
Yep.
I'm going to get us lockets that say scra, bra, and the other is appy, at. And put them together.
Linked together.
But yeah, thank you again, guys. We'll be back next week. Hopefully there'll be some more news to dissect and discuss. And if not, we'll keep it short.
Yeah, for sure. Goodbye, everybody. Thank
Bye,
you all
guys.
so much.
Thank you so much for checking out Nerd News. We don't have advertising, so you are the advertising. Now, if you liked it, go ahead and tell a friend, like, comment, share, subscribe, or even leave a review on Apple. Every little bit helps. It's insane. You guys have no idea how much your support means to us. And if you want to do a little bit more, we have launched our Patreon. So if you would support us financially, go check out our Patreon. All our content is free, but we do have rewards at every tier. So I just want to say thank you all again, and we'll see you next time.